Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la. You can try it with me. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. We're going to speed it up a little bit here.
Ooh, all right.
Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, yalalai, 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 yalalai. Hine ma tov, same thing again. Yalalai, yalalai, yalalai. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Temple Sinai of Glendale. This is Cantor Allison Weiss, and I am Rabbi Rick Schechter, and it's so wonderful for all of us to be together today. As the psalmist wrote, and as Cantor Allison, as we all sang and clapped to, how good and how pleasant it is for us to be together in unity. So great to be together as family. So great to be together as friends and together as a community to celebrate Shabbat, the Jewish day of rest and renewal, a day when we can all breathe a little deeper and thank God for the goodness, thank God for the blessings in our lives. This Shabbat is so very special, so special because on the Shabbat we celebrate Quinn Seltzer becoming a bat mitzvah. Yes, Quinn is the act. There we go. Oh my goodness. Yes. Quinn is a bat mitzvah, literally a daughter of the commandment. A daughter of the commandment. So today Quinn is recognized in our eyes. She's recognized in the eyes of the entire Jewish world as having come of age in our tradition. And she is ready, she is willing, she is able to keep the teachings and the practices of Judaism. So today, Quinn demonstrates her new status as a bat mitzvah, as a daughter of the commandment, by leading us in prayer and worship. And Quinn would love for all of you, we would love for all of you to participate in our worship this morning. So when Quinn invites you to join in the English, please join in the English. If you know Hebrew, please join us in the Hebrew. Please join us in singing the songs. If you don't know the songs, please hum along or clap along. We'll have plenty of opportunities to be engaged this morning in worship with Quinn. And she's going to demonstrate her status today as a bat mitzvah by chanting from the Torah, from the 5 books of Moses. Quinn is going to chant her Haftarah portion from the prophetical books of the Jewish Bible. And today Quinn will share with us very thoughtful, very wise teachings of hers based upon this week's Torah portion. So we want to wish a heartfelt mazel tov to Quinn and to Andy and to Aaron and to Liam and to the entire family. My goodness, we have family and friends with us from all over today. We've got family and friends from throughout the Los Angeles area and throughout the San Fernando and San Gabriel valleys and from all over California, actually. We have family and friends with us today from Irvine, California, from Tustin Ranch, from Laguna Woods and Alyssa Viejo, from Corona and Wildemar, from Del Mar, California, from Oak Park, San Luis Obispo, Orinda, California. Am I pronouncing that right? Orinda, yes? All right. We've got family and friends from Palm Desert. I know how to pronounce that. We've got family and friends from there. From Las Vegas, Nevada. From Webster Groves, Missouri, my old stomping grounds. And we have family and friends with us today, even as far as La Cañada, California. So thank you all for being here today. And welcome to Quinn's family members live streaming from Irvine and Laguna Hills. Great to be with you. Hopefully everybody has a copy of the prayer book that we'll be using today. It's right there in the pews in front of you. It's called Mishkan Tefillah. This is a Hebrew opening book, so it open and reads from right to left instead of left to right. And we'd like to, as you're finding the prayer books, and in the front row, it's right underneath your seat. There you go. Yeah, there are a couple right underneath there. And as you're finding your prayer books, we'd like to invite everybody in the sanctuary to please silence your cell phones. Let's take a moment and do that right now. No texting during the service. Quinn, you're doing great. We do have another way to show our love and appreciation to Quinn throughout the service. It's a modified form of applause. So instead of going like this, we'll save this for songs. Instead of going like this, we're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. Yes, you're doing it. Yes. We like to call this Sacred Pac-Man. Sacred Pac-Man. And it's one of Quinn's favorites. We'll have plenty of opportunities to do that throughout the service. Just a reminder, there's no photography during the service. Pixie's taking great pictures for all of us there. So let's begin. Let's begin our prayer service. We're on page 185, everybody. Page 185 in our prayer book. We're at the top of the page, in loving community of family and friends. This morning we celebrate Quinn, and we enter this sacred space to voice the longings of our hearts in prayer. We devote ourselves this morning to psalm and to song, to study and to prayer. May our hearts be lifted, may our thoughts be deepened, and may our souls, like the eagle, soar. Well, in that spirit, at this time, we are so very honored to call upon Quinn's grandparents, Stanley and Jane Seltzer, to present Quinn with her talit, her Jewish prayer shawl. All right, Quinn, come on over. Let's see. Maybe you want to stand here. Hello, hello. If you'd like to come over here.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hitatef b'tzitzi.
Amen. Thank you so much, Jane, Stanley. Thank you so much. We now turn in our prayer books to page 192. Page 192, everybody. It is traditional upon entering a Jewish sanctuary in the morning to recite these words from the Torah, to sing these words from the Torah. They come from the book of Numbers, Matovu. How lovely are your tents, O Jacob, your dwelling places, O Israel. This is our spiritual dwelling place. Please join us if you know Matovu.
Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu, ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Vani berov chastecha avo veitecha eshtachave elchecha kodshecha Israel, ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael.
Let's turn now to page 198. Page 198. As we are so very honored to have Quinn, our bat mitzvah, lead us in prayers. Quinn's going to begin by leading us in prayers, thanking God for the miracles of daily life. So Quinn's going to lead us in the Hebrew. We're going to respond in the English, and Cantor's going to tell us more about how we're going to do that.
So if you all look in the middle of the page, you'll see it starts with praise to you all the way down the page. We are going to respond to Quinn's blessing from the comma, so the second line of each phrase. So follow me. I'm sure you'll pick it up quickly.
Great. Thank you. Thank you,
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lasek vivina, lechavhin ben yom uven laila.
Who has given the mind the ability to distinguish day from night.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Who opens the eyes of the blind.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Who frees the captive.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Who lifts up the fallen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, roka haaretz al hamayim.
Who stretches the earth over the waters.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechin mitzadei gaver.
Who strengthens our steps.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish arumim.
Who clothes the naked.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanotein layayif koach.
Who gives strength to the weary.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hama'avir sheina me'enai, utnuma me'afapai.
Who removes sleep from the eyes, slumber from the eyelids.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani b'tzelem Elohim.
Who made me in the image of God.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani bat horin.
Who has made me free.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael.
Who has made me a Jew.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozer Yisrael bivura.
Who girds Israel with strength.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hoter Yisrael betifara.
Who crowns Israel with splendor.
We continue with the Hatzi Kaddish on page 224.
I get there. You can sit if you want. You can sit. Yitgadal ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'alma divrach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon, uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael, bagala, bagala, uvizman kariv, ve'imeru, amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach, Le'alam Ulal Me'al Maya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, Ve'yishtabach, Ve'yitpa'ar, Ve'yitramam, Ve'yitnaseh, Ve'yithadar, Ve'yitale, Ve'yithalal, Shemei de Kudisha, B'richu, Le'ela min kol birchata ve'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran be'alma, ve'imeru. Amen.
We now turn to page 226. Please rise for our call to worship.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Please turn to page 228 for the Yotzer or prayer, thanking God for the wonders of creation. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Yotzer or uvarei hoshech, osei shalom uvarei et hakol. Praised are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy, you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness, you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom, you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer Hama'orot. We turn to page 231. Love your neighbor as yourself, you said. And light-blinded we saw that inner and outer worlds are one, as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us as we climbed, fell back, and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Please join me in the Shema, beginning on page 232.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu
be seated. Please join me in chanting the Ve'ahavta on page 234. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha uvechol nafshecha uvechol meodecha ve'hayu hadavarim ha'ele asher anohi metzavecha hayom al levavecha veshinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beineinecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'tem kadoshim lelohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etem me'eretz Mitzrayim lihiot lahem lelohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Adonai Elohechem emet.
We now pray responsively on page 239. The eternal truth is that you alone are God and there is none else.
May the righteous of all nations rejoice in your love and exult in your justice.
Let them beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks.
Let nation not lift up sword against nation, nor learn war anymore.
You shall not hate your brother or your sister in your heart.
The stranger that sojourns with you shall be accepted as your equal, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt.
Why do you crush my people and oppress the poor? Asked God.
We know that the Eternal One defends the poor and upholds the rights of the needy.
Praise to God Most High.
Blessed is God, deserving a blessing.
We now sing our song of freedom, the Micha Mocha, on page 240.
Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai la lai lai. Yai lai la la lai. Yai la lai lai. Yai la 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 lai. So we're going to have this serve as our warm-up. And I'm going to tell you how you can start to get ruach. For those who don't know, ruach is spirit. And Quinn needs our spirit as she's going to take on reading Torah and leading us for the next hour and a half or so. That being said, so this one, everybody can do Yai Lalai, right? Let's just try it. Yai Lalai. Fantastic. Then we get to an area where you can clap the whole time, but there's an area for a double clap there. So when I get to that, I will do that, but I'd love for you to join us. So let's make this a congregation of music, and let's bring Quinn all of the ruach that she deserves tonight. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai. Get ready here. Lai la 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 lai. Ya lai la lai lai. Yai lai la la lai. Yai la lai lai. Ya la 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 lai. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai. Micha mocha ne'eda b'koreh. Norah Nora techilot osefelem Shira chadasha Shibechu geulim Leshimcham Osvatayam Yachad kulam hodu Vehimlichu Vehimlichu Veyameru Adonai Yimloch Leolam Ba'ed Adonai Yimloch Leolam Ba'ed. Yalalai, one more time. Yalalai. serve as a warm-up.
We now come to the heart of Jewish worship, the Amidah, on pages 242 through 248. Please rise.
Adonai sefataytita ufiyagite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Romel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Aseh Avot Le'imahot, U'mevii Geula Livnei Bneihem, Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol atah, Rav Lehoshia. Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Berofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Rishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'al Geburot, Umidom Melach, Melech Memit, Umechayem, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah l'chachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, Kishem shemakdishim oto b'shmei maron, Kakatuv al yad neviyecha, V'kara zeh el zeh ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melok kol haaretz, Kevodo, Adir adirenu Adonai Adonenu, Adir shimcha b'chol haaretz, Baruch kevod Adonai mikomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Rabbeinu hu Malkeinu, hu Mashiachenu v'hu Yashvienu, v'rachamav le'enei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Yitzyon, le'dor v'dor. Hallelujah. Le'dor v'dor nagid gadlecha, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש, לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated. We continue with the singing of Vishamru on page 250.
So as I said before, that was your warm-up before. This is like the big game right now. So you have two jobs. You have, where are our religious school students? Where are our B'nai Mitzvah students? Raise your hands. Anybody who's in religious school, you know the shtick on this one. So let's just try a big veh. Let's just try that. We're going to go veh. I hear George over everybody, which is fantastic. But let's meet George's level here. We want to try it again. Veh. Okay, great. And then we're going to get to the word et. And should you want to get the blood flowing in your body, you can stand to do this, but we throw our hands up in the air. So we go et. And our religious school students will definitely show up and do it, right? Right, so they'll be the display of what to do. It's kind of like the wave. But let's join in Vishamru, which I believe Quinn told us was on page 250. Here we go. Vishamru, Veneyes, here comes the et ha-Shabbat. Thank you, boys. La'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, Shavat vayinafa. Last time. Veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam berit olam. You guys have a good group. Good ruach. I hope you're feeling energized, Quinn.
Please turn to page 253. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope. For Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living. For Shabbat memories, glowing even in darkness. For Shabbat love. For Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. I'm honored to now call upon the Murphy family, my Uncle Ryan, Aunt Leslie, and my cousins Reese and Vivian, along with my family friends Jason Green and Katie Zorg, to lead us in prayers beginning on page 255.
On this holy Shabbat, may we draw near to life, to peace, and to joy. May we find true rest, holiness in our deeds, worth in our study of Torah. Let us feed on the love of goodness. Let us drink from the love of goodness. Restrain our thirst for excess and cleanse our hearts to serve life well. On this holy Shabbat, May we draw near in life, in peace, and in joy. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadaha be'ura na'avod.
We now pray responsively on page 257. This prayer has a Hebrew response, Modim Anachnu La, which means we thank you, God. And that's on page 257.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
This part too, but you don't have to read the Hebrew.
They'll show it. Okay.
For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations.
Modim Anachnu La.
For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunrises and seasons.
Modim Anachnu La.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression.
Modim Anachnu La.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
Modim Anachnu La.
For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom.
Modim Anachnu La.
For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai, your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving.
Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha v'lecha na'eh lehodot.
We now take a moment for personal and silent prayer.
Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom Shalom, Tova Uvracha. Chen v'chesed berachamim. Chen חן וחסד ורחמים, ורחמים. שים שלום, טובה וברכה. שים שלום, טובה וברכה.
We now come to our Torah service, Seder Kriyat HaTorah LeShabbat. You can find the prayers and blessings for the Torah service beginning on page 362. Page 362.
אין כמוך באלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך, מלכותך מלכות כל עולמים, וממשלתך בכל דור ודור.
אדוני מלך, אדוני מלך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו בשלום.
אב הרחמים, היטיבה ברצונך את ציון. תבנה חומות ירושלים, תבנה חומות ירושלים. כי בך לבד בטחנו, מלך אל רם ונישא, אדון עולמים.
To open the Aron HaKodesh, the Holy Ark, we are delighted to call upon Sharon and Amanda Cermak, Quinn's cousins. To pass the Torah through the generations, we are honored to call upon Stanley and Jane Seltzer, Quinn's grandparents, Andy and Aaron Seltzer, Quinn's parents, and of course Quinn Seltzer, our bat mitzvah. After our processional with the Torah, we are honored to help us undress the Torah scroll, Hannah and Sarah Spector, Quinn's cousins. We now invite the entire congregation to please rise before the open ark.
כי מציון תצא תורה, כי מציון תצא תורה, ודבר אדוני מירושלים. ברוך שנתן תורה תורה, ברוך שנתן תורה תורה לעמו ישראל בקדושתו.
Yeah, we're all gonna go down. Oh, wait. Yeah, if you wanna come stand right over there. Yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna stand. Liam, will you come stand with your cousins? So Quinn, you're gonna be like right here. Yeah, Andy, if you come on over, you're standing next to Quinn. Yeah. Thank you. If you'd like to return to your seats, thank you. Yeah. Now we're going to face the ark.
Well, Quinn, you are leading us so beautifully in prayer and worship this morning. You know, some of the prayers you've been leading, particularly the Hebrew, are thousands of years old. You're now getting ready to do something that Jewish people have also been doing for millennia, for thousands of years, reading, chanting from the Torah, the 5 books of Moses, books of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. And as you know, we're not going to ask you to read all those books today. You've got a great, as you know, you got a great section right in the middle, almost right in the middle of the Torah, to let us know how essential this teaching is today, this Torah portion is today. Quinn, the Torah is the embodiment of Jewish wisdom and Jewish history, Jewish practice, Jewish values. And becoming a bat mitzvah, a daughter of the commandment, you are now taking your place among the Jewish people as part of what we like to call the Shashelet HaKabbalah, the chain of Jewish tradition. This loving chain of tradition extends thousands of years into the past. I do believe it will extend thousands of years into our future, thanks to you as the newest and the strongest link in this loving chain of Jewish tradition. And this Torah comes to you, Lador Vador, from generation to generation, with the love and the support and the guidance of your family. Quinn's Torah comes to you with the love and the support of your grandparents. Comes from your grandpa and your grandma. It comes from your mom with all of her love and support. Comes from your dad with all of his love and guidance. So now rest in your arms.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Lecha Adonai Hagedula V'Hagevura V'Hatiferet V'Hanetzach V'Hachod Kicho b'shamayim u'va'aretz Kicho b'shamayim u'va'aretz Lecha Adonai HaMamlacha V'Amid Na'aseh Lechol Erosh Tetzei Torah
And please be seated, everybody. Thank you for your patience.
This week's Torah portion comes from the book of Leviticus, chapters 19 and 20. This part of Leviticus is also known as the Holiness Code. In it, God commands Moses to tell the Israelites how to live a holy life because God is holy and they should strive to imitate him. The verses I chose relate to how you should treat others. You can find the Torah portion in the blue Torah commentary on page 799 and in the green women's commentary on page 705, beginning at verse 10.
Thank you, Quinn. Thank you. And you can find those Torah commentaries in the pew right in front of you and in the front row. It's right underneath, again, underneath your seat. So as Quinn said, the blue Torah commentary, you can find the portion, page 799 in the blue Torah commentary, and in the green women's Torah commentary on page 705, as Quinn said, beginning at verse 10. And as you're finding your place there, we wanted to mention that in Judaism, it is an honor to be called to the Torah, of course, as Quinn is doing, as bat mitzvah. It's also an honor to be called to the Torah to say blessings before and after each Torah chanting, blessings, thanking God in Judaism for the gift, the wisdom of Torah. That honor to say blessings is called an aliyah. Aliyah literally means going up. We have 3 aliyot this morning. For our first aliyah, we are so very honored to call upon Michael and Stacy Spector, Quinn's uncle and aunt, and Hannah and Sarah Spector, Quinn's cousins.
Ta'amod Mikael Itka Yaakova Chava Arin Rania Davida La'aliyah Rishon
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bahar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'na'ata lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. V'charmcha lo te'olel, uferet karmcha lo telaket, le'ani v'lager ta'azov otam, ani Adonai Elohechem. Lo tignovu, velo techachashu, velo teshakru, ish ba'amito. Velo tishavu bishmi la shaker vehilalta et shem Elohecha ani Adonai.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan betohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
For our second aliyah this morning, we are so very honored to call upon Andy and Aaron Seltzer, Quinn's parents.
Ta'amod Gedalia leben Shulamek Itzit Veshandal Chana La'aliyah Sheni.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hamborah.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborah Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Lo ta'ashok et re'echa ve'lo tigzol, lo ta'lin פעולת שכיר, איתך עד בוקר. לא תקלל הרש ולפני עיוור, לא תיתן מכשול ויראת מאלוהיך, אני אדוני. לא תעשו עוול במשפט, לא תישא פני דל, ולא תדר פני גדול. בצדק תשפוט עמיתך.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Good job, kiddo.
For our third and final Aliyah this morning, we are so very honored to officially call as Bat Mitzvah Quinn Seltzer.
Ya'amod Maya Batya Bat Gedelia Leb Ve'eren La Aliyah La Bat Mitzvah. Oh, here we go. Hevenu Shalom Alechem. Hevenu Shalom Alechem. Hevenu Shalom Alechem. Hevenu Shalom, Shalom, Shalom Alechem.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Lo telech rachil be'amecha, lo ta'amod al dam re'echa, ani Adonai. Lo tisna et ahicha bilvavecha, hocheach tohiach et amitecha, velo tisa alav chet. Lo tikom velo titor et b'nei amecha, ve'ahavta l're'echa kamocha, ani Adonai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. One of those moments. That's a big one. Yes. Yeah, such an important moment. We like to call this a Siman Tov and Mazel Tov moment. It's a good sign and good fortune that we are all together celebrating this very, very joyful, meaningful occasion. Let's join in Siman Tov.
Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Yehelanu.
Well, with the Torah before us, it is a Jewish tradition to say special prayers. We're going to begin with a prayer for Israel, for the people living in Israel, Jewish, Muslim, Christian, Baha'i, Druze. Our prayer is for all of them. And to lead us in this prayer, it's on page 377. We are so honored to call upon Seper and Yafit Tabibzadeh, dear family friends. Page 377.
O Heavenly One, Protector and Redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of the hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you, Seper. Thank you, Yafit. Thank you so much. Well, another prayer that we say with the Torah before us is a prayer of healing for people we know who are in need of a healing of body and a healing of spirit. You can find this Misha Berach prayer of healing in the middle of page 371, middle of page 371 in the prayer book, or on the laminated sheet before you.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
At this time, we invite you to offer the names of people you know who are in need of healing. We'll go around the sanctuary. Please just raise your hand and call out their name. Please, Emily. John, yes. Please. Yes, thank you. Carolyn. Is he dancing? I'm thinking of my brother Mark, and I'm thinking of my father, and I'm also thinking of all the people that are listed in our Shabbat leaflet, which you have before you. It's on the inside front cover of our Shabbat leaflet. We now pray in our hearts for all of these temple members who are in need of healing, and all of these family members in need of healing, and all of these friends and co-workers in need of healing, and people throughout the world who are suffering, who are in need of healing. Our Misha Berach prayers for them as we now join together.
Misha Berach Imotenu Bekor HaBracha Liavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
pray they are all healed. Well, Quinn, as we all heard, chanted the Torah so beautifully, so wonderfully. She's getting ready to chant the Haftarah portion from the prophetical books of the Jewish Bible for this week. Before she does so, Quinn would like to show everybody something she created for this very day. So, Quinn, why don't you come on down, and as you come on down, I'm going to come on up and get some microphones so everybody can hear us. All right. Okay, we name our microphones. This is Gimel, a very lucky one for Hanukkah, and this is Aleph, always a lucky one. So Quinn, I'll give you this one, and let me get what you have created for us, and we'll stand up here on the steps so everybody can see us. If you'll take that side, Quinn. Thank you, and I will take this side. So hopefully you all can see this very, very colorful work of art. So this is called a wimple. And wimple is what we use to bind the Torah scroll. And a wimple is a Yiddish word. It's based on a German word for cloth. And we like to ask all of our B'nai Mitzvah students, our Bat Mitzvah, our Bar Mitzvah, B'nai Mitzvah students, to design a Torah binder for the day of their ceremony. And a wimple traditionally always has the Hebrew name right in the center, the Jewish names in the center. And then we ask our students to add some artwork, some images of things that are important to them in Judaism and important to them in their lives. So Quinn, as you can see, has filled her wimple with very colorful, meaningful things. So Quinn, why don't we walk through for everybody, and you can share what we're looking at. So what are we looking at right here, for those maybe in the back who can't see?
There is a tree, and it represents the Torah, also known as the Tree of Life, and I love nature. So that's why I put the tree on there.
Wonderful, fantastic. And then let's see, then surrounding your Jewish name, we have some images here. Why don't we start with this one down here, Quinn? What are we looking at there?
That is a bowl. It represents my zodiac sign, which is a Taurus.
Taurus, very nice. And it's a tradition going back centuries to put one's birth astrological sign on a wimple. So Quinn's got one right there. You can find actually astrological signs on synagogues in Israel, dating back, thousands of years. So very traditional. And then above here, what are we looking at there?
Speaking of zodiac signs, that's a lion, which represents Leo, both of my parents' zodiac signs.
Okay, all right, both your parents. Very nice, very nice. And then, so speaking of your family, then what are we looking at above your name there?
That's a shield. It represents my brother, Liam, because his name means warrior.
Okay, all right. So Liam, you are represented there in one of my favorite colors. Very cool. And then, so above and below your Jewish name, you've got a couple of dates there, Quinn. What are we looking at there?
Above my Hebrew name is my birthday, and my below is my birthday in the Jewish calendar.
Okay, very nice, very nice. So the month of Nisan, the month of Passover, is your Jewish birth date is in that month. Very nice. And then, next to your Jewish birthday, I think everybody can see that. What are we looking at there?
It's an owl, which represents wisdom, because apparently both my first name, Quinn, and my middle name, Avery, both mean wisdom.
Wisdom,
So,
how appropriate.
there's an
That's
owl.
a very, very fitting name. I love it. So there's the owl. And then, and maybe related to that is above, above Dad's Jewish name there. What are we looking at there?
There's a book which represents wisdom, and also I love to read.
Yes. Oh, very nice. So you've got the book represented there. And then underneath your mom's name, we got a couple of symbols. What are we looking at? It looks like a hand with an eye in it.
So that is a Hamza. It is a Jewish symbol which represents protection.
Yeah, protection. Very nice.
And then the shamrock is because my mom is Irish, and it represents good luck.
Oh, very nice, very nice. And then above your mom's name, we have
A Jewish star.
A Jewish star, very appropriate for your wimple and for you. And then to the left of the Jewish star, what are we looking at?
There's a harp, because I love music, and it also represents like an Irish lyre.
Okay, very nice. Yeah, and it's we were remarking before,
Yeah,
Cantor's
it
got
looks
a harp and a lyre right there on her desk. So, and then underneath that, what are we looking at?
There are some flowers because, again, I love nature and I was born in spring.
Very nice. So that's beautiful. And your parents have also added to your wimple. They wanted to share some prayers and blessings and wishes for you today and throughout your life. So on behalf of them, I'm happy to read your parents' wish for you that you live a life of intention and purpose, and that you seek out experiences that challenge you to grow, and that you let your empathy and your kindness guide you. So beautiful wishes from your parents on this day, and so we are so honored to wrap the Torah in this beautiful wimple that you have created for us. Thank you, Quinn. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, and we are going to dress the Torah now as Quinn prepares to present her Haftarah portion this Shabbat. To help us dress the Torah, we are honored to call upon Zachary Eisman, dear family friend, and Liam Seltzer, Quinn's brother. Liam's going to help us, and I am going to lift the Torah high for all to see the words that Quinn chanted so beautifully, as is Jewish tradition. So it is a custom as the Torah is raised that the entire congregation stands as well. So we invite you to please stand.
Vezot HaTorah asher sa Moshe livnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe.
And please be seated, everybody.
This week's Haftarah portion comes from the book of Amos, chapter 9. In it, Amos warns the Israelites that sinners will die by the sword and a sinful kingdom will be destroyed, although he promises peace and prosperity to those who obey the commandments. You can find the Haftarah portion on page 815 in your blue Torah commentary. After the blessing, I will begin chanting at verse 13. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bachar bin v'im tovim, veratza v'divrehem hana'emarim be'emet, baruch atah Adonai, habocher b'torah, uv Moshe avdo, uv Yisrael amo, uvin v'i ha'emet v'tzedek. Hine yamim ba'im ne'um Adonai, v'nigash choresh b'kotzer, v'dorech anavim b'Moshe hazara, v'hitifu heharim asis, v'kol hagvaot titmogagna, v'shavti et shavut ami Yisrael, uvanu arim neshamot, vayashavu v'natu cheramim, v'shatu et yenam, v'yasu ganot, v'yachlu et perihem, untatim alad matam, v'lo yinatshu od, me'al admatam, asher natati lahem, amar Adonai Elohecha, baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech ha'olam, tur kol ha'olamim, tzadik bechol hadorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer ve'oseh, hamdaber kayem, shekol devarav emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah, ve'al ha'avodah, ve'al hanvi'im, ve'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'limnucha, lechavod ultifaret, al hakol Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, umvarhim otach, yibarach shimcha, befi kol haytami leolam va'ed, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. Yes, another one of those moments. Oh my goodness. That was fantastic. That was fabulous. Thank you, Quinn. Thank you. Well, we're getting ready to return the Torah to the Ark. We turn to page 374 in our prayer book, page 374, to help us return the Torah to the Ark. We are so honored to call upon Michael and Stacy Spector, Quinn's uncle and aunt. And as they come on up to help, let's all help together. If you'll please rise as we return the Torah.
Eitz Chaim Hi
Please be seated, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you all for being here today as I become a bat mitzvah and transition into Jewish adulthood. I'm so grateful that you are all a part of my life. Most people know I love being Jewish, and there are countless reasons why. And I promise, it's not just because of Hanukkah and matzo ball soup, although those have made some big contributions. I really admire the Jewish sense of community, particularly here at our temple, but also the feeling of being connected to so many other Jewish people out there in the world, almost like an extended family. Jews all over the world are reading this very same Torah portion today, studying and chanting the words of this very parsha. Kedoshim, my Torah portion, is a bit different from others, as it doesn't really have a specific storyline. Instead, it teaches that the Israelites are a community of people united by common destiny for whom there exists an expectation by God that they live a holy life. It sets forth specific rules that are intended to guide one to living that holy life. In fact, if you listen carefully, you heard an echo of the 10 Commandments in my portion. Amongst the many rules set forth in my Torah portion are a few that I would really like to emphasize here today. First, you shall not place a stumbling block before the blind. Another is that you shall judge others fairly, showing neither favor to the poor or deference to the rich. Finally, and perhaps most important of all, is that you shall not take vengeance or bear grudges against others, and instead you shall love your fellow as yourself. Living a life of holiness is not about following the rules just for the sake of following the rules, but more about how what each person does affects the community as a whole. Preserving a life of unity is paramount, as without civil order, there is no unity. We have the ability to affect our communities positively or negatively, and since we are all part of the same community, we want to act in ways that honor God and build trust and good relationships. In the first of the commandments I've chosen to highlight, the Torah teaches us that you shall not place a stumbling block before the blind. Now you may be thinking to yourself, that rule is sure easy to follow. I mean, who would literally trip a blind person? Not me, that's awful. But as it turns out, it's more complicated than that. What the Torah is really trying to tell us is that we should not take advantage of ignorant people. For example, you visit another country and a local taxi driver drives out of the way so that he can charge you more since you have no idea where you're going. But there are more subtle ways of taking advantage of people as well, such as deliberately giving them bad advice. For example, perhaps someone you might consider a bit of a frenemy is looking to go somewhere on vacation and asks your opinion of the last resort you visited. You think back to how the resort's pool was closed for renovation, the food was terrible, and there was a bug infestation. But then you think, this person's kind of mean to me, why should I give them a good recommendation? And then you tell them it's a great resort and they'll love it, even though when they go there themselves, you're pretty sure they'll probably be miserable and have a bunch of exterminated bugs for company. And of course, let's not forget the scene in the movie Mean Girls when Katie tells Regina George that she will definitely lose weight if she eats the Caltine bars, which are of course intended to make her gain weight. While Regina is definitely not a nice person, Katie's deceitful behavior is not holy and is no way to encourage trust in her community. The Torah also teaches us that you shall not render an unfair decision, do not favor the poor or show deference to the rich, judge your kin fairly. At its most literal, and as all the lawyers in the congregation know, this means treating everyone, rich or poor, with the same justice and fairness and ensuring laws are applied in an unbiased manner. Do we want to live in a world where people are rewarded or punished undeservedly? If the classroom rule is that late papers are not accepted, then would it be okay for the teacher to accept one kid's late papers but not someone else's? Unfortunately, this kind of thing does happen in life, including my own. I despise this. But taking it a little deeper, let's think about how we all judge others' actions, words, and the thoughts we are sure they are thinking. The Torah commands us to judge others favorably, as in, give others the benefit of the doubt. Find ways to believe in the best of people. What if we took the time to get to know the annoying person on our team or partner with them on a school project before complaining about them behind their back? Holiness begins by seeing others with a depth of insight that gets beneath face value. Fair people do not show favoritism towards any person or group. At the core, we are all the same, and everybody should be given the same chance to succeed. This is critical for any community that wants to live and be able to trust in order and fairness. Finally, the last and most important rule I want to focus on is the command to love your fellow as yourself, known universally as the Golden Rule. This rule epitomizes all of the teachings of the Torah in a nutshell. Perhaps you have heard the story of a man who came to the famous sage Hillel, a Jewish leader and scholar, asking if Hillel could explain the whole of the Torah to the requester as he stood on one foot. Hillel responded, "What is hateful to you, do not do to others. This is the whole of the Torah. The rest is the commentary, go and study." Some ways to practice this commandment are to have empathy, be courteous, and overall put yourself in someone's shoes. But also consider the rule in the positive. What I would want for me, I would also want for others. For example, instead of being jealous that my friend won an award instead of me, I would be equally happy for their accomplishments and not compare my own success to theirs. We should free ourselves from jealousy and rejoice in our fellow's good fortune. We all know this rule, but why is it important? I believe that it is because, as it states in the Torah, we are all created B'Tselem Elohim, or in God's image. In a way, this is saying, if we treat each other respectfully, we are treating God with respect as well. As part of becoming a bat mitzvah, I have participated in a service project that is meaningful to me. I love to read and very much believe in the importance of supporting literacy programs so that all children can enjoy a lifetime of reading. So I chose to work with an organization called Access Books. They are continuously trying to build underserved libraries, so some other volunteers and I gathered 2,500 middle school age books for kids. In addition to that, I also gathered 1,000 books for elementary school kids to enjoy. I ran a book drive at my old elementary school and asked a lot of you guys to help donate books. I then helped sort, process, and deliver them to the partner school in what use for what would become a fully stocked library. 2 weeks ago, I spent the whole day at our partner school, Hollenbeck, with several other volunteers literally helping to build that library. It was a very meaningful project and I was honored to be able to help. As I conclude my Devar Torah, I would like to start by thanking my parents for all of their love and support since I started Taught Shabbat when I was 3, for the countless drives to Glendale multiple times a week, and for their support in helping me prepare for this day. I wouldn't be here having this ceremony right now if my parents hadn't encouraged and supported me for the past 10 years. Thank you to my brother Liam for patiently waiting for me at Temple so many times and always just being the funny kid that you are. Thank you to Carolyn Moore-Musso, the Director of Education here at Temple, for the dedicated hours that you spent teaching me things that would be helpful in preparation for today. I want to thank all of my past Hebrew school teachers for teaching me all about Jewish history and teaching me how to read Hebrew. Thank you to Rabbi and Cantor for all of your guidance. And lastly, I would love to thank all my family, friends, and Hebrew school classmates who are here today to support me as I become a bat mitzvah. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Yes.
Thank you. You want to have a seat?
Wow. Double wow. I think Quinn is deserving of many of these. Oh my goodness. Quinn, what wise, what compassionate words of Torah and what you taught us today, what you did. Man, I am just thinking I've got an application to rabbinical school for you. I have an application to cantorial school for you with your beautiful voice. I have an application to be an educator, a Jewish educator with your wisdom and your scholarship. Thank you so much, and I know that your parents want to share what is deep in their hearts to you right now, Quinn. So Aaron, Andy, we'd be so honored to have you come up with Quinn. And oh yeah, please, yeah.
Great, thank you, Rabbi. Sure, thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Okay, good job. Well, I will speak first, and then Andy will join with his remarks. So, dearest Quinn, we are so proud to be celebrating this very long-awaited and wonderful milestone in your life. We've watched you grow from a sweet, social little chatterbox to the lovely, poised, and mature young woman you are today. You have truly given us so many reasons to be proud of you. but one of the many amazing qualities that we most cherish about you is your incredible gift of empathy and kindness. You are such a sensitive, compassionate, and caring young woman. You are so astute at recognizing and interpreting other people's emotions, and in all interactions we have observed that you consistently lead with your kind heart. There's an expression that it is better to be kind than right, and you consistently strive to build people up rather than tear them down. You've always been so respectful and appreciative and gracious, and we've always been so proud that you try to make good decisions and have the best intentions towards others. Whatever other success you may achieve in your life, and we are certain there will be many, we are certain that your everyday kindness will touch others' lives on a daily basis. You are so conscientious and you truly care about the quality of your work, and we encourage you to keep that dedication as it will serve you well in the future, even when sometimes there may be the temptation to just get things done. We have seen you put in the extra time and work even harder at the things that are most difficult for you. And even when you get discouraged, you have learned the discipline of just chipping away at it a little by little until you achieve success. For all your easygoing nature, we have noted that you do possess a certain stubbornness. Perhaps that's the Taurus in you. Sometimes you dig your heels in, and I'll shake my head and wonder why. But I guess what? You've taught me that not everything has to be done the way I do it in order to do it successfully. Even when your dad and I might disagree with you, I think we both find it admirable that you consider our input and our life experiences, but you still make choices that you believe are right for you and who you are. You know your own mind, and you have the quiet courage to stick to your guns, and we really respect that. There's a saying that there are two lasting things we give our children. One is roots, and the other is wings. Our goal as parents has been to provide you with a sense of stability and belonging, roots, while also encouraging your independence and your ability to explore the world, your wings. We've always prioritized our family unit and hope that you've always felt secure in our love and your place in the world. We joined Temple Sinai because it was important to us that you be raised with a strong sense of your Jewish roots. You've taken such pride in your Jewish identity and have been and in learning about the religion and culture of your ancestors, and have been so eager to learn Hebrew and study the Torah in preparation for this day. We're so proud of you for your sincere interest, your curious mind, and your dedication to learning, and we hope that you'll always have your faith and community to ground you in your life. But we also hope that having these strong roots of family and faith will give you the courage to put yourself out there, to be unafraid to take advantages of new opportunities, and to be willing to risk the unknown to develop your personal growth. You are a firstborn, and I think are more naturally a little cautious, a little careful, and you tend towards perfectionism. And while these are all wonderful qualities, your dad and I want you to remember that trying new things and learning to fail are so important to developing into the amazing human being that you are and will continue to become. And that no matter what, we'll always be here for you when you need us. You've been a blessing, and we love you so much. You've been eagerly awaiting this day for so many years. Congratulations. We love you so much.
All right, thank you. I'm only going to take about 1 or 2 minutes. I know this is only delaying the party, so I want to keep it rolling here. Your mom pretty much said everything perfectly anyway, so I'll just say a few other things. You did an absolutely amazing job this morning. But we are not surprised. I know I'm not surprised at all. You definitely have an aptitude for learning Hebrew, and certainly did way better today than I did at my bar mitzvah so long ago. You recently asked me if I remembered my Torah portion from when I was a bar mitzvah, and I said, there is no way. I barely remember being there. But I think that you'll remember everything from today, because you're just better at it than I was, but that's okay. I appreciate that. You've taken your bar mitzvah prep really seriously, and it certainly paid off today. You've done a wonderful job. Not only do you take your Hebrew studies seriously, but you are also very proud of being Jewish. This is very commendable. There are not a ton of Jewish kids in our neighborhood. There are not a ton of Jewish kids at your school, but you like to let it be known and never shy down from that. Like when you correct your school teachers on Jewish facts at school, say, well, that's not quite accurate. Your history teacher, I think, and your English teacher, you must have been paying attention in Sunday school for sure. I knew you would be prepared today because you're always prepared and sometimes a little bit over-prepared. I think you and I are very alike in that way. You definitely inherited the Seltzer gene for worry. It is both a blessing and a curse. But we like to over-prepare, and a little preparation goes a long way, and perhaps why you did so well today. You and I like to say, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. I get that from my dad. And our newest one, if you are ready, you don't have to get ready. The caveat to that, of course, is when we're talking about perhaps a morning or evening routine in the bathroom. That can take a really long time. But you are a teenager now, so what can we expect? All kidding aside, becoming a bat mitzvah is a big milestone and a stepping stone to be towards adulthood. As you get older, there will inevitably be some roadblocks and perhaps a stumble or two, but given all your exceptional qualities and attributes, I am sure that you will persevere and be successful in the end. I am very confident of that. My only advice is that as you take on greater and larger challenges, learn to enjoy the process of learning, avoid frustration, and learn to embrace the bumps along the road. I firmly believe in the saying, nothing worth having or doing comes easy. Embrace that thought, and no one will stop you from achieving your goals. I hope that as you forge into teenagehood, college years, and then into adulthood, we stay as close as we are now. I enjoy our walks and our hikes and our dinners together and our occasional secret TV time when Liam is at soccer. I think it's funny how you worry about how much I eat during the day and if I'm drinking enough water or getting enough exercise. And perhaps 20 years from now, you'll call me up and yell at me because I didn't stop and eat lunch more than a banana. But I won't mind because I appreciate how much you care about me and Mom and Liam. And sometimes, even though sometimes you hate to admit it. Your future is so bright. Your mom and I are so happy for you today, and congratulations.
Well, thank you, Andy, Aaron. Thank you so much for such heartfelt, such touching words. Well, Quinn, I want to thank you and just express just a few words in my heart. Thank you for making such a wonderful experience for us today. You created an inspiring day of prayer and learning and celebration. So many, many thanks. Quinn, you mentioned that you've been here at Temple Sinai since you were 3 years old. And I've simply been delighted to be with you all this time, and I'm profoundly joyful to stand with you today as you become a bat mitzvah and a marvelous, marvelous young woman. Quinn, you shared with all of us so many wise, so many meaningful things in prayer, in Torah, in Haftarah, in your magnificent teachings. And you talked also about how much you love to read books, so much so that you drew it on your Torah wimple and you made it the focus of your very thoughtful mitzvah project with Access Books, your generosity in gifting. That was like thousands of books to children in need. So all that got me thinking, Quinn. You got me thinking about how Judaism also cherishes the written word. As you and folks here may know, the Jewish people have been called the people of the book. And for good reason. We venerate books. We adore books. We read them again and again like you. It's a mitzvah to study Jewish books. We consider them holy. That spiritual word that you talked about today. Just walk into any synagogue or temple throughout the world and your eyes are focused, is meant to center upon in the sanctuary, this area that houses our most sacred book, the book of the Torah. Just a short while ago, we marched around the sanctuary with the Torah scroll like it was royalty. We dress it in silk. We adorn it with silver. Some people reached out their talit or their prayer book to touch the Torah scroll, and they touched it with such reverence and respect. Such reverence and respect for the Torah, the written word, sacred, holy, wise words. Like the deeply wise words that you shared with us today, Quinn, in the bat mitzvah speech that you wrote. What powerful teachings you offered all of us, though we're going to remain with us forever. Quinn, your love of ideas and books and Judaism's love of idea and books remind me that a Nobel Prize-winning writer named Thomas Mann spent 16 years of his life penning a series of books about biblical characters and events in the Torah. 16 years. Quinn, it's like one of your favorite writers, Chris Colfer, right? His many years of writing his book series, The Land of Stories, which focus on famous characters in children's tales. Thomas Mann wrote about famous matriarchs and patriarchs in Judaism, people such as Rachel, Leah, and Jacob, whom we mentioned in our prayers today. People such as Leah and Jacob's daughter Dinah, who is depicted back there in the stained glass. Thomas Mann wrote about Rachel and Jacob's son Joseph and Joseph's brothers, people who surround us all today in the stained glass windows there with Dinah. This is the power, Quinn, of the profound stories that we find in the Torah and in the Jewish Bible. And as you mentioned, your portion is not a narrative, but those stories are there backing up the narrative and the teachings that you shared with us today. Stories that so many people in the Western world know. Stories like Adam and Eve and Noah's Ark, Moses, Miriam, and the Exodus from Egypt. Stories like David and Goliath, Samson and Delilah, Daniel in the lion's den, or Jonah and the whale. These stories have captured the imagination of millions of people for centuries, so much so that William Shakespeare, widely regarded as the greatest English writer of all time, Shakespeare was extremely influenced by these stories from the Torah and the Bible. He made thousands of references to the words of the Bible, biblical stories that had enduring impact on him, just as famous children's stories had an enduring impact on Chris Colfer. And like Colfer's Land of Stories, great stories in the Bible aren't just meant to entertain us. They're not there just to entertain us and grip our attention, which many of them do quite well. They're also meant to inspire us and to teach us how to live with wisdom and with thoughtfulness, as you demonstrated in your fabulous Devar Torah, Quinn. You're teaching us that living a life of holiness means treating others with honesty and with integrity, treating people favorably and with fairness, treating people with kindness and compassion, respectfully, with the understanding that we are all created B'Tselem Elohim, in God's image, as you taught us. It's all in the Torah. It's all in your ideas, Quinn, and it's in your heart, and it's in your actions that we all see, that we all experience every day when we are in your presence. You are such a thoughtful, such a kind, wise, and generous, and caring, and compassionate, and helpful young woman. You know that is what it means to be a bat mitzvah, a daughter of the commandment. And that is who you are, Quinn. That is who you are. May you continue to be a great blessing to all of us, and be a great blessing, continue to be the great blessing that you are to the world. Mazel tov. Mazel tov to you. Mazel tov to your wonderful family. Thank you. Well, Quinn, at this time, Cantor Allison and I would be honored to share with you the most precious blessing of the Jewish people, God's blessing found in the Torah, which flows from all of us in our hearts to you. So we invite you to the Aron HaKodesh, the Holy Ark. Please rise, everybody.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
Quinn, may God bless you. May God protect you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May the light of God's love and God's wisdom shine upon you and be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha ve'asem lecha shalom.
Quinn, may God always be with you and with your wonderful family, and give you all the most precious blessing of all, the blessing of shalom, its peace and its wholeness, and it is fulfillment in every way. And together let's all say, Amen. And please be seated, everybody. Well, Quinn, leaders of our temple community would like to make a special presentation to you now in honor of your becoming bat mitzvah. I am honored to begin by calling upon Executive Vice President here at Temple Sinai, Philip Hain.
Come on up. Mazel tov to you. Your chanting was beautiful. I too love to read, so I was very excited to hear about your mitzvah project, and I'm sure the books that you donated will have a long-lasting impact on the kids at that school. So on behalf of the Temple Sinai Board, I'm honored to present you with some gifts today. First, a certificate commemorating that on this day you became a bat mitzvah, leading us in worship and chanting from our sacred texts. Next, we have for you a gift certificate from the National Federation of Temple Youth that can be used toward a trip with other Jewish teens in your high school years. And finally, your very own copy of the Women's Torah Commentary. This book is the first comprehensive commentary on the 5 books of Moses to be authored exclusively by women. Smart, talented, caring, and involved women. In other words, the kind of woman you are on the path to becoming. So, Mazel Tov. You can just leave it all right here. Okay. And next, I would like to call up George Lowe from Brotherhood and Susan Hain from Sisterhood.
Well, Quinn, I'm so honored to be here to represent Sisterhood for you. I remember actually when you were in George's class outside of my office and seeing you on Sunday mornings. And to see you grow up to be this lovely young woman, so poised and polite as well. You did an amazing job today, by the way. I have been here for many of these. On behalf of the Sisterhood Temple Sinai, it is my privilege to present you with this mezuzah. Hanging it on the doorpost of your bedroom can always remind you of your connection to Judaism, which, as I heard, is very important to you. And wherever your life takes you, we hope that you will bring it with you so you will always feel God's presence on your journey, and also the warmth of knowing that Temple Sinai will always be your home.
You're welcome. Oops.
Congratulations, Quinn. Yashikoa. I am honored to present you with this Kiddush cup on behalf of Brotherhood. May it always overflow with grape juice, sweet grape juice, and one day wine. And may, whenever you use it, may it remind you of this day and your family here at Temple Sinai.
Thank you, George. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Philip. Thank you all so much. Well, Quinn, you got some nice Judaica here. You got some nice Jewish goodies here. And it is so gratifying and just so joyful to hear how much you love your Judaism, and that just shines through in your entire being and everything we experienced today. So thank you. And you've been working hard for this day, and what do you think? You want to take a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a rest? Cantor and I will finish out the concluding prayers, and then we'll celebrate soon. We will begin the celebration soon. Well, we come now to our concluding prayers. We turn to page 586 in our prayer book, page 586. We come to the adoration prayer, Aleinu. This prayer is said before the open ark. The open ark is a symbol of the divine presence in all of our lives. So we invite you to please rise before the open ark, middle of page 586.
לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, ובור עלינו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad. And please be seated, everybody. Well, Jewish worship is never complete until we think of those people in our lives who have been a blessing, who we've loved, and who've passed away, yet the love remains in a love and a relationship that is stronger than death. As I mentioned the name of a loved one who has passed, I invite you to please stand, and in just a moment we'll all stand together to recite the Kaddish prayer. You can find the names for our Kaddish prayer on the inside of our Shabbat leaflet. It's the inside right of our Shabbat leaflet. This Shabbat we say Kaddish for the victims of the tragedy in Israel. We say Kaddish for Butch Weiss, Sybil Amlauer, Marion Keenan, Lois Levy, Charles Steinberg, Rosemary Green, Karadad Kokia, Harlan Ribnick, Herbert Weiner. We say Kaddish for Ronald Alphonse Lowe, Edward Golden, Joseph Bolkin, Velda Lee Krause. Say Kaddish for Dan Schaefer, Bobby Hamill. We say Kaddish for Lou Small, Barbara Ann Smith, David Topol, Morton Sivan, Charles Docks, Mary Quast, and Susanna Piccanato Muley. And for those who are observing Yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of a loved one commemorated this week, we remember Cecilia Carpenter, Paula Steinman, Bernard Schulman, Sue Flasher, Bill Lewenstein, Warren Heller, Bernard Stark, Charles Lippener, Jacob Kornfeld, Selby Horowitz, Jean F. Silberberg, Bluma Friedman, Sophie Binder, Minnie Stockser, Rosa Tau Blackman, Hirsch Nussenblatt, Anna Schneider, Anna Blackman, Max N. Blackman. Is there anybody who's mourning a loss whose name was not mentioned? And if so, we invite you to please raise your hand and mention their name now. Well, we now stand together as a community of family and friends as we turn to page 598 in our prayer book, page 598, as we thank God that all the people that we mentioned, that they were with us, that they were on this earth. Together we pray. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'alma divarach yeruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon v'yomechon, u'b'chayet t'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya, yitparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemeid kudesha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, daminran v'alma v'imru amen. Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yal kol yoshvei tevel,
V'imru, Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn. May we be a source of comfort to all who are bereaved. Together we say, Amen. And please be seated, everybody.
Oh, say shalom bimromav. Uya say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav. Uya say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, amen.
Shabbat Shalom. We have many wonderful events coming up at Temple Sinai, which you can read about in the weekly TSG email blast. Today's flowers are presented by Aaron and Andrew Seltzer. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Philip. Thank you so much. Well, Quinn, I know your religious school classmates are very eager to come up and celebrate with you and also make a special presentation to you at this time. So come on up, guys. Layla Eisen is going to make the presentation on behalf of all your religious school classmates.
Congratulations, you did such a good job today, and we are all really proud of you and happy that you're a classmate of ours. Hebrew School wouldn't be the same without you. We would like to give you this menorah to remind you of the friendships you have made here at Temple Sinai and your bonds.
Thank you, Layla. Thank you. And guys, we could use all your help right now. We're going to do a blessing over the grape juice. And then a blessing over the challah.
Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Tasty. Take off the top.
Okay. All right. And now the blessing over the
Show
challah.
it to everybody. Ooh, ah, how exciting.
There you go.
Ooh, ah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.
You're all hungry. That's like
Don't go to Oh. Don't go to Just pass it down. Pass it down. Take these. Careful. You got it. Our closing song today is Lechilach, which I think is turning into a trend. Lechilach, we're wishing Quinn on her journey, her new journey as a young adult in the Jewish community. And you guys have to sing. You can find the words for Lechilach on page 645. shall be a blessing. And you shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. You shall be a blessing. Lechi lach. Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom, everyone. Shabbat shalom. If you'll please return your prayer books to the pews or the seat underneath you. And the celebration continues as we exit the sanctuary. Thank you all.